Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome back to Fat Cat Collections. Today I'm excited to present to you another watch review. Now, I know it's been quite some time since I put up a video, and I do apologize. I'm trying to bust one out every week, but I had a schedule change, and so I'm just trying to get used to that whole schedule and my new days off and that kind of stuff. So, this watch that I am going to present to you today, I'm really excited about. I think you guys are really going to like it as well. Now, you guys know, mainly I, do the reviews for the Invicta watches, but there's plenty of watches out there I absolutely love. And just because it's not an Invicta doesn't mean I don't like it. If I see a watch and it speaks to me, I have to get it. Now, you guys know naturally I do like the oversized watches. So naturally I tend to gravitate more towards those large kind of statement pieces, okay? Now, the watches that I wear, I'm not saying are the best watches in the world. They're not the top quality watch in the world, but you get an insane amount of quality for your money. And hands down, I think the ones that I present to you by Invicta in the past, Android, have been just phenomenal values and phenomenal timepieces. And this one I'm about to present to you is no exception. Now, what you're going to be seeing in the next several weeks is a lot more videos on a company called Aragon. Now, if you haven't checked out my other videos on Android or Aragon, do check them out. They're really good. You'll really see some really interesting watches on a brand other than Invicta. Now, Android basically has been out for quite some time. They are sold on a lot of the home shopping networks and that kind of stuff that you'll see on TV. And the owner of the company actually created this watch brand quite some time ago. And they started off with one of their first watches that was in one of the Keanu Reeves movies, a very futuristic movie. And I didn't realize it until I think I did some research on the brand. I saw it in there. And it's a very unique design. That's kind of, I believe, where they started off with their whole, I guess, design process. I never really heard much about the company until my dad actually saw one of the, like I said, one of the networks, selling one of these watches, and he picked one up for himself. And I liked the watch so much, it kind of got me interested because I never really heard of the company Android before. And again, not to be confused with the operating system, okay? So I went ahead and got my first Android watch, and it's this one here called the Silverjet watch. I'll show you that in a little bit, and I have videos on all these ones as well. And what happened about maybe a year or so ago, don't quote me exactly on the time frame, the owner of the company shut down and kind of rebranded their company, and now it's called Aragon. It's basically just the old Android watches. I believe there might have been some kind of issue with the name Android or with the whole Google operating system thing. I'm not really sure, but they came up with a different name called Aragon and a different logo, of course, but it's the same company, same quality you're getting with the Android watches. And what I've done is I've worked a deal with a representative from the company to basically send me watches to review. Now, I own several Android watches already, and I do own a couple, one Aragon watch right now that my lovely girlfriend got me for Christmas. And check out my video on that one. It's called the Savant. It's got the black spinal bezel. Abalone face. Is a breathtaking watch. I absolutely love it. And so I was pretty excited to get in contact with this particular gentleman who sent me one of his new watches. That this is an unreleased version. And when he said he was sending it to me, I was like, it's called the Silverjet, okay? And I was basically like, oh man, there's several other watches that he has I really like to review first. But he said it was a brand new design, so I was like, okay, well they changed the face a little bit and whatnot. And I wasn't too excited about it really. That is until I opened the box. This watch is phenomenal, and I'm going to show it to you in just a few seconds here. Now, basically, with the company Aragon, they started to create watches that are a little bit smaller, more of the 47mm thing, and they used to be doing ones that were a lot larger. And they kind of changed their designs to be a little bit smaller. Maybe that appeals to more people out there, I'm not really sure. But nonetheless, they make a fine product, and they still make a few really oversized large timepieces. And you'll be seeing a lot more of this company as I do more reviews and receive more watches from them, which is really great that they were able to do that. I really appreciate it. Props goes out to them, and a lot of thanks goes out to Android for being able to do that. The only problem with them sending me watches is they only sent me one, and I want to keep it already. So I'll try to talk to them about that. But anyway, without further ado, let me present to you this particular wonderful watch by Aragon called the Silverjet. Now, the two I already showed you, or the two I'm about to show you first here, I'm going to show you the original Silverjets, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you the new design Silverjet. You can still get these other Silverjets, but the band's a little different. The ones I'm going to show you are made under the Android name, and those ones are not available. You might find them on eBay. Click my links in description. You might be lucky enough to find one, but let me just go ahead and show you them. Basically what they've done is it's very similar to what Invicta does. They have this large, oversized, very masculine, very aggressive design. This one here is a quartz. I'm just going to show you real quick because this video isn't really about these watches. I just wanted to show you kind of the differences a little bit when I show you the new one compared to the old one. Or the older version, of course. And you see the band, very unique, all threaded on the sides. Check out my video on this one here. I won't spend too much time on it. And then, of course, I have one in a mirror polished rose tone and silver, which is just a breathtaking watch. You see the case and cradle design where the actual watch is set inside the case there, and it's squished in between these two pieces of stainless steel. Both these are automatic movements powered by a Seiko NH35, I believe, 24 jewel movement. I mean, fantastic timepieces, guys. All right, so you can understand my, I guess my disappointment in the beginning when I was like, oh, I'm gonna get another Silverjet. I already reviewed 2 Silverjets. Well, this Silverjet is a new design, again, unreleased to the public yet, and they really knocked this one out of the park. Now, I just want to show you a lot of the Aragon watches, or pretty much most of them, come with really nice boxes. And I will say that Aragon really knocks it out of the park when it comes to their presentation compared to, in my opinion, Invicta. I do think the dive cases are kind of interesting, but they're great if you're going to move the Invicta watches or your other watches to really protect them. But to me, they're too big and clunky. And Aragon does a really nice job with their presentation. This particular one comes in this kind of a blue leather box, has the Aragon logo across the top, Aragon logo in kind of a chrome lettering on the inside. And then, of course, you have a kind of a small compartment here where you can put other jewelry or maybe some spare links. And then you have this big, giant blue, royal blue pillow for the actual watch. Now, let's get to the watch. Here it is here, the Silverjet watch. Brand new, unreleased by Aragon. This watch, just like the other Silverjets, is powered by the NH35, I believe. Let me just double check that before I put my foot in my mouth. The NH35... Yes, NH35. It's an automatic movement, 24 joules. That is a Seiko automatic movement, so you're getting a really high quality movement. What I love about these watches, and Invicta does it too, but Aragon does it more consistently. They do more of their automatic watches just in your standard non-chronograph, which I really like because for me, I don't really care about the really busy face with the chronograph. It's basically just a stopwatch, and I don't really use that. And I hate having to, deal with putting in batteries and worrying about the batteries going out and taking them in and having them serviced, that kind of stuff. Where these, you'll never have to open. The jewels in the actual movement protect any kind of friction point, so you're going to get a watch that's going to last you a lifetime. And it's just, the quality is just really there when it comes to these Aragon watches. Let me just go ahead and show you a couple close-ups and I'll explain a little more. As with any of the Aragon watches, when they put an automatic movement in there, you have your exhibition back, which is pretty common on automatic movements. And you can see the main pendulum, which basically turns as you wear it, and that winds the watch. Okay, really cool. I love exhibition backs on automatic movements. I know Invicta does it a lot on some of their courts, and I get a lot of a lot of comments about that. Why would they do that? I don't know why they do that. I mean, it's there. It's not, who cares, right? It's on the back of your wrist. But I love actually popping this thing over and looking through that window and seeing all the parts and the moving, the movements and the mechanism of the actual watch. Then, of course, if we go ahead and turn it on the side, this one here is done in a full mirror polished case, okay? And what they've done with this redesigned Silverjet, they basically have made it the same size as the old Silverjet, okay? Which is about 51 millimeters. Let me go ahead and pull my ruler out here just to give you an accurate measurement here. You are looking at about 51 millimeters at the bezel, and if you want to go ahead and include the crown on that, about 55 all the way to the crown. On your case thickness, you are looking at about, let's try to get this lined up here, folks. Looking at almost 20 millimeters in case thickness. It's a big watch, folks. I mean, now, naturally, it's not as big as some of the Invicta watches, like your Sea Hunters, and or like the old Android watch where they had the Millipede. That's a huge watch. But anytime you start getting involved in a 50 millimeter plus watch, it's a big, chunky, bold watch. A little bit more about this watch. You can see it still has the case and cradle design. You have your screw-down crown, of course, with the Aragon logo in red on the side. On the bezel, you have a combination of kind of a sandblasting on the rotating unidirectional bezel, and then of course you have some polishing on your number markers there. What I like about the new design in this one here, I like how they made the bezel just slightly different. It's almost a little bit larger than your older style Silverjet. And of course they put on the older style Silverjet, you can see they have, this is completely smooth, and here they've done kind of like an engraving right here. There's like a little recession here where it's engraved, just a little extra pop to the case there. Once again, case and cradle design. You have a brush finish on the inside of the actual case, and then of course on the sides you have this mirror polish finish. All the sides on the band are mirror polished, and on the top of the case is all mirror polished as well. Now, what really makes this watch really different from the other Silverjet watches, even the ones that they currently produce, not the ones I've just showed you, because this is under the old Android name. These are no longer in production. They do have some of the new Silverjets, but the band's different. What I love, absolutely love, and what I think is just phenomenal about this watch is, and I don't know if this is something they meant to do or if it's just something that just kind of happened. What they've done is they've taken this band, and you have a combination of a satin finish, okay, like a sandblasted kind of finish, on the tops of the sides here, okay? And then, of course, you have going across here, I don't know if you can see it in the video, try to get a little closer, these bars. And these bars are actually above the band. You can see how they're sitting above each link. And what I think is amazing, these are actually roller bars, they spin, okay? And they're done in a satin or a brushed finish as well. And what I love about this is that, see underneath there, all that mirror polishing links down the center? I love mirror polished watches, but the problem with mirror polished watches is that doesn't matter how careful you are, you put them on, you have a button inside your jacket, you're going to scratch it. You put your arm down at your desk at work, it's going to scratch. Doesn't matter how careful you are, you will scratch mirror polishing. And what I absolutely love about this design is the fact that because these bars sit above each one of the polished links, it protects them. So you don't actually really notice they're even there until you kind of turn the watch on their side, or you get up really close and you can see, oh wow, they are roller, roller bars on there. And it's great because when you put your wrist down, it protects all that mirror polishing underneath. So you're never gonna have to worry about scratching this. I think it's a phenomenal design. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's something they planned on doing, but I was blown away when I got the watch and took it out of the box, and just seeing the different detail with the square chiseledness of the band and the case, and then the smoothness of the roller bars. It's just a phenomenal band design. And I will say that Android and Aragon, one thing I've always appreciated was that they always come out with really unique looking bands on all their watches. Just going back to the older design, even though it's the older design Silverjet, amazing looking design. Going back to the Millipede, amazing, the Parma. They've done so many amazing watches that I just absolutely love, and I'm so glad they're starting to come out with some new designs on ones that are a little bit larger. There's another watch I'm going to review, hopefully they send me that one next, called the Gauge. That's a 55mm, it's a big chunky quartz watch, look forward to reviewing that, and they have some amazing other watches as well. Before I ramble on too much more, let me just go ahead and show you some more close-ups of the watch. You can see the roller bars right there. And the mirror polishing down the center. You have the Aragon logo on the clasp. And what I love about these guys is when they do their clasp, and Invicta doesn't do this, they basically do a double locking clasp, where Invicta just kind of snaps down and you have your second lock right here. With Android, on most of their watches, if not all, they do this kind of double deployment push button here. So you never really have to worry about this thing popping off. Once it's on your wrist, it's on your wrist. Whereas, some of the, I have just sitting here, a Venom watch, you can see that it just kind of snaps closed and this kind of secures it down. Whereas, you can actually pop that off, where these you actually have to depress the buttons on the side. So I wish that's something they, Invicta did more. But still, I love Invicta, no diss on Invicta. Go ahead and show you the case again. This particular one, I'm not sure the color combinations this is going to come in. If they make it in gold, I have to get it. But I mean, this one here I absolutely love. I'm hoping that they will maybe let me keep this one or buy it for a real discount, because it's just one I want to keep reviewing and keep wearing on my wrist. My coworkers went nuts over it the other day. Back to the color combination. This one's done in a silver face, which is really classy. I don't know if they're going to have different color combinations on the faces. I'm sure they will. Android always, or Aragon is always known for doing really unique colors in their watch faces. They'll probably do the black, the silvers, but they'll probably do some colors that really pop too. They're always known for kind of that royal purple and the blues. But I mean, just a phenomenal watch. I was just, once again, when I took it out of the box, I was just blown away and so surprised. This watch is going to do really well for them, I can tell you right now. And I mean, if you guys who watch my videos, every time I put up a video, you guys tend to go buy the watch. I'll go ahead and put links in description. I'm going to try to work a deal with them, whereas if you watch my video on this and you want to buy it, it'll take it to the website and maybe provide you with a slight coupon code, maybe free shipping, and maybe they could track it back to me and know where the actual sale came from. As of right now, I have no deals with them as far as commission or anything like that, nor do I with Invicta, guys. I'm just reviewing things that I really love. You guys know that basically when you click the links in the description, though, it takes you to eBay, and if you do make any eBay purchase, it does kick back, give me a little something back to the channel to help, buy more watches, more reviews, and hopefully better equipment. I need better lighting in here that kind of stuff. So like I said, it just helps to support the channel, and I do really appreciate it. But wonderful, wonderful watch. Definitely one to pick up in the collection. If you're new to Aragon, definitely check them out. Trust me, you get the Fat Cat Collection endorsement on the stuff. Amazing value on the product, and the quality, I don't even know how they make money. I mean, really, because they give you, again, so much for your money. I mean, where are you going to, I always say, I say it all the time, where are you going to go? Go into, like, your big box department stores and see what, a couple $100 gets you on a watch. I mean, and guys, I'll be honest with you, like, this watch here, I mean, they had a sale on these, and I'm not going to say what I got it for, but I was blown away that you can get a watch that has a Seiko automatic movement. I mean, just an automatic movement in general, but a Seiko automatic movement with 24 jewels and a watch of this quality for that kind of money, it's just, it blows me away. It really does. You put this on your wrist, you go anywhere, people are just going to notice it. I mean, and I say that, if you may not be the kind of guy who likes getting noticed, and that's okay too. There's lots of watches for everybody. Aragon has something for everybody as well. They make watches that are more smaller, dress style watches. Just because this is a big chunky watch doesn't mean that that's the only watch they make. They make another beautiful watch I cannot wait till they send me, called the Virtuoso. It is absolutely stunning. Stay tuned for every watch that Aragon makes, because with the deal I got going with them as far as being able to review the product, I'm really thankful. It's going to be really great to share this stuff, because a lot of people haven't heard of Aragon, and I think it's definitely a watch company that needs to be just get a lot more recognition. Amazing company. So without further ado, let me go ahead and throw this watch on the wrist. Now, you guys know it's something I pride myself on all my videos, is not just showing you the watch. Of course, I'll show you the close-ups. I'll do my best to just show you what it looks like. And some of you like it. Some of you wish I could show it a little more. But remember, my videos are to the point. They don't get too in-depth on, I'm not a watch repair guy. I don't know much about watches. What I do know is I absolutely love collecting watches. And I love this style of watch. It's just my personality, folks. And you can always, look for pictures. I always take your criticism, and sometimes people will say, hey, I'd like you to, do a little more close-up. One guy the other day said, why you hold the watch upside down? It's not intentional, folks. These are just everyday, average guy, honest reviews of products that I absolutely love. And so, nothing more being said about that, what I pride myself on, and as you know, showing you what the watch looks like on the wrist. Because it's very helpful to see what this watch looks like on the actual person. That's where you wear it. And seeing it on a guy my size, my height, my weight might give you an idea of what it might look like on you. Some folks, they hear 50 millimeters and they say, oh man, that's too large. I can never wear that. Well, no, not true. I wear watches up to like 73 millimeter. And guys, it doesn't matter. You wear what you want to wear. You like a small watch, you wear a small watch. You like a big watch, you wear a big watch. You can pull off whatever you want to pull off. And so I'm going to pull this off right now. So I'm about 5'7.5". Let's not forget about the half. And I weigh about 160, 165 pounds. And I have a 7-inch wrist, okay? And I get a lot of guys say, well, gosh, I have only a 6 1/4 wrist or 7-inch wrist. Is that too large? Absolutely not. I mean, this watch does not look ridiculous on me by any means. You can wear whatever you want. And the nice thing about these watches, there's plenty of room to size this down. Now, with that being said, I just want to make one note on one more thing. If you have a 7-inch wrist, okay, I've taken out about 4 links on this, and I'm going to put them back in because naturally I got to send the watch back to them, as much as I don't want to. But this watch actually has the ability to move 7 more links. So this watch could probably get down to almost like a 5-inch wrist. Now, of course, on a 5-inch wrist, it is going to overhang quite a bit, but it doesn't matter. As long as you feel comfortable wearing it and you like it, wear it. Enjoy it. So there it is, folks. That is, once again, the newly designed, oh man, it is breathtaking. I mean, you guys know, my lighting in here sucks, and I tell you right now, this thing is just sparkling. And it's kind of an overcast day right now, and this thing is just catching the light. Just a really, really flashy watch. Let me get up a little bit so I can show you what it looks like from a distance a little bit here. And once again, 7-inch wrist, about 51 millimeter case. And just for argument's sake, I'll take one of the most popular Invicta watches here, the Venom watch, and you can kind of see the size comparison between the two here. Try to show you on the same wrist here if I can. Very, very similar in size. The Venom is a little bit bigger, of course, and a little bit thicker, but you can see not by much. The Venom is about a 22 millimeter thickness there. And try to line this up here. And the Aragon, like I said, is about a 20, 21. I mean, seriously, folks, this watch is no joke. Put that Venom away here. Get back to the Aragon. Wonderful, fantastic lume on this watch as well. You have really large markers. This thing, you charge it up with the natural sunlight, and you get in the darkness. This thing just absolutely glows. I mean, like I said, guys, I mean, I haven't really bought a watch in a while there, and I'm just trying to slow it down, cool it for a little while here. But I mean, this watch, I just have to have it in my collection. The band on this watch is absolutely, it's just stunning. And just for argument's sake here, since I got the other, you guys might have already purchased the Android Silverjet in the past based on my videos here. Just kind of show it by side, the band difference there. I mean, both amazing watches, but look at that new band. I mean, they just killed it. It's just so aggressive. Man, I'll tell you, I'm just blown away. It's such a great redesign. If I didn't say it enough, or make it more clear, I can't make it any more clear. This watch is friggin' amazing. I don't want to send it back. I don't know what to do. All right, folks. Well, all joking aside, I really hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to keep checking back for more. You're gonna see like I said, a lot of Aragon watch reviews. If you haven't checked out my other video, Google or go through my playlist, the Aragon watches. Check out the Aragon Savant watch. That one's done in the, like I said, the abalone, the black spinal stones around the bezel, another Seiko automatic movement, all mirror polished. Another phenomenal watch as well. If you like the channel, please subscribe. I mean, we're over 6,500 subscribers now, and every day we get more and more. It's been a great ride here. I'm really enjoying sharing my passion with you guys. Also, stay tuned. Check out my other playlist for the smart home ideas that I have. And, of course, I'm going to be putting a lot more videos up on my my cars in the not-too-distant future. Since the weather is starting to turn and get a little bit nicer, I will really want to pick apart the different parts on the cars and kind of do better videos on those, because they were very popular at one point, but you know how it is with YouTube. It takes new content to keep people watching. People can't watch the same video over and over again. So stay tuned for that. If you like this watch, I will try to do another video on it, on an update on when this becomes available, so you guys will know. Find me on Facebook. That's Fat Cat Collections on Facebook. Become part of the wrist shot action, and where I put a lot of updates on there too, as far as what kind of deals are going on, what kind of sales, links to where you get this stuff for the best deals. You guys know I always put a link in description to where you can get it from the places I get these watches, where you can be guaranteed to get good quality products, not any kind of factory seconds or anything like that, like some of the other guys on eBay I've had to deal with. But what else? That's about it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. Enjoy the other videos. Definitely check them out. Check out Aragon watches. And stay tuned. I'll be doing a lot more videos. And I'll let you guys know when this one becomes available. See if I can get you guys a coupon code. All right, guys. Have a wonderful day.